Hey guys, sorry for uploading this a little late today, but I kind of want to get a video out, haven't uploaded in like a month, about to be a month, holy hell, Jesus, I don't know where the fuck I am, but, I don't know, I just got back from a run, holy shit, I'm out of fucking breath right now, and, just wanted to get a video out there, so, we're gonna react to the whole Mr. Beast situation. Actually, no, we're gonna react to Sunnyv2’s video because Sunnyv2 is getting a lot of backlash for this video that he made. It's called "Why Chris Will Soon Be a Nightmare for Mr. Beast." And I haven't seen the video yet, but this all revolves around this drama that Chris and Mr. Beast had, where Chris is going through transgender hormones or some shit like that, or becoming more feminine, and he's currently like, I don't know, basically Mr. Beast is like getting canceled or some shit like that, but this cancellation is confusing, because before, people trying to cancel Mr. Beast was just him doing charity. But now this is a little more confusing because it has his friends, one of his like friend is becoming like a transgender woman. I'm not saying that's a difficult subject to talk about, and then like a lot of people are like not too comfortable with that stuff. So, yeah. So I saw this short from Bo Blacks, which we're gonna check out in a bit, which basically it's Mr. Beast responding to Sunnyv2’s video, which was uploaded today.
So last night, the commentary YouTuber Sunnyv2 uploaded a video talking about how Mr. Beast's friend's decision to start taking hormone replacement therapy might negatively affect Mr. Beast's brand.
An inescapable situation is a pretty good way of describing the drama, which is also why it deserves the harsh label of being a nightmare. Whether it be arrogance or ignorance, Chris seems oblivious to how this whole thing might impact Jimmy, forgetting that he achieved his current level of success by avoiding this exact type of drama.
Rilo then reacted to the video on Twitter by saying, "This new Sunnyv2 video feels really invasive for all the wrong reasons. Like, why did you make this? You delved into the man's marriage and shit. It's just really off-putting and unnecessary." Mr. Beast then responds to this by saying, "Yeah, this is getting absurd. Chris isn't my nightmare. He's my fucking friend. And things are fine. All this transphobia is starting to piss me off." So last night, the commentary YouTuber Sunnyv2 uploaded a video talking about how Mr. Beast's friend's decision to start taking hormone
so
replacement.
that's the Bo Black short. Basically, I don't know. What I think is that this video from Sunnyv2 here, which right now has 124,000 likes and 56,000 dislikes, so the dislikes are a bit strong in this video. I think the reason why Sunnyv2 probably made this video, maybe it's because, it's a slow news day for Sunny. Maybe that's it. Sunny was trying to find like shit to talk about, and he so happened to just have nothing to talk about. Because what does Sunny upload nowadays? Because I think he just uploads like top 10, dumbasses online, or the story of this one famous person. Like, after this, we have child celebrities who have terrible lives now, the true trail of Jackie Chan's son, stupidest criminals, worst apologies, Chris Hansen pedophiles, some fat fucking bitch, ruining their image by one videos, Jelly, Joe Rogan, more Joe Rogan, Minecraft, Dream. This one also got controversy in a bit. The tragic fall of Pizza Hut. Jesus, dude. Like, is he like that? Did he have like that big of a slow day? Anyways, I'm not here to shit on Sunny. I'm actually gonna hear him out. So I'm gonna watch Sunny's video myself, and kind of give out my own conclusion whether Sunny is doing this shit for like shit purposes. Alright, let me fix this shit real quick, cause holy hell. Alright, so yeah, here we go.
The Chris Tyson situation could become a complete disaster for MrBeast's brand. However, it may also provide some unique benefits. So let's begin by going over the drama before explaining exactly how this will impact the MrBeast channel. In mid-2022, fans began to notice that Chris Tyson was changing. In the early days, he represented the quintessential southern gun and truck loving dude. Yet beginning in March 2022, Chris began to display increasingly feminine traits, making tweets such as "I finally got my nails done at a nail tech." Additionally, Chris would highlight that his facial appearance had changed significantly since the start of the pandemic, which accompanied another post reading, "Okay, so in 4 different customs I had to prove I was myself because I quote look nothing like my passport pic, so much that I'm considering updating my passport. Do you see any resemblance?" Prompting replies such as "You went from man to boy." Chris responded by stating, "Nah, to be honest, I just really started taking my mental health seriously and eating better." Yet his Twitter photos kept insinuating that Chris was becoming more feminine, with this same kind of look showing up in his MrBeast appearances. For example, on the 6th of January 2023, Beast Reacts uploaded a video titled "I strapped a GoPro to a fish," in which Chris dressed in a way that prompted comments such as, "Chris has been adopting more and more traits that remind me of my grandmother." Okay, so some people just gonna ignore Chris's nails? Chris had to have lost a bet. The look is getting wild. The response to the video then prompted countless viral TikToks, such as this one with 700,000 likes, stating, "How did Chris go from this to this?" While others even made the claim that Carl had turned him gay. Now, this was pretty ridiculous.
Carl turned him gay. That's so... Is Carl even gay? People are saying Carl's gay. Because if he isn't gay, and people are just speculating on looks, that's a bit fucked.
As Carl isn't even that feminine, and Chris had come out as bisexual years before he and Carl had even met. The true catalyst for Chris Tyson's feminization instead seemed to have come from his marriage. In January 2022, Chris would post a photo with his wife to his Instagram, yet after this, the family photo stopped altogether. Fans also noticed that he'd removed his wedding ring, with the ring's absence correlating perfectly with the very first post in which he'd painted his nails. Chris confirmed the split in a post from March 2023 reading, "For a little over a year now, me and Katie have been separated," with this also confirming that Chris's transformation began as soon as his marriage came to an end. Chris went from lighting campfires and raising a family with his beautiful wife to now trying to be a wife with his man buns and long nails. As the criticism continued to pile, Chris announced that he'd be taking a break from social media. And while there was a possibility that Chris would make efforts to return to his former self, he'd rather do the opposite and double down on his feminine image, showing up to the Kids' Choice Awards looking like this before making the announcement that he'd been doing HRT for approximately 2 months, which according to a quick Google search is the medical process for changing genders. Chris would expand on this by stating, "Informed consent HRT saved my and many others' lives. The hurdles GNC people have to jump through to get life-saving gender-affirming healthcare in a first world country is wild to me. Just let people make informed decisions about their own bodies," which received a positive response from both Carl and MrBeast, who wrote, "Got you, I did one more heart than Carl because I'm a better friend." While his co-workers expressed positivity, others weren't so welcoming. "There goes a father figure the kid won't ever be able to look up to. Hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. Weak man times." Chris responded to this comment by stating, "This is just more dog whistling that somehow trans and GNC folks aren't safe around kids. Tucker begs for me to come back when I leave for like 2 days to film. He is so loved and happy. Kids aren't born with hate, it's taught by people like you, and my child will only know love. I know I'm going to be a great parent, and so is every other person who puts the love of their child before everything. I made this decision because I wanted to show up as my best and happiest self for him. In a way, this was for Tucker." Chris's response received some positivity such as, "I'm convinced you're an amazing father. Tucker is lucky to have you and also lucky to have all of those who surround and support you in his life, as well as I adore that, I'm glad you made that decision. It's so much easier to be a parental figure when you're not struggling with dysphoria," yet he'd also receive an equal amount of backlash.
Wait.
"You ripped apart your family and took a father figure away."
Yeah, and this is probably one of the reasons why people are mad. But as Sunny said earlier, I think he started having feminine traits as they broke up.
away from your son just so you could paint your nails and act zesty. Pathetic. He will get torn apart at school, won't want to have friends around his house, a life full of difference and being alone. Must have missed the point in that tweet. How's this for him when you're depriving him of a father figure? Although Chris wasn't altered by these comments, as he'd once again reiterate his certainty in a new post reading, "It's never too late to start being yourself," which received praise from MrBeast as well as Nolan and Carl. However, these comments also added extra fuel to the fire. In a few years, look back at this thread and remember they were never your friends. Only yes men cowards.
Yes men cowards. Wait.
Hope you come out of this safe. MrBeast responded to this with a simple
Oh yeah, this is probably the start of like the Chris situation where where MrBeast is just responding ratios and shit like that.
opinion irrelevant ratio, to which the original commenter would state, "I have 30 followers, so go ahead and ratio me. I'll still rest easy knowing that I'm not a coward who idly sits by watching my friend ruin his own life."
Jeez.
In some ways, it was nice to see the boys standing up for Chris on Twitter. However, the situation has already begun to change the dynamic within the videos. For example, in a recent live stream titled,
Oh my gosh, yeah, I see this.
Opening 1,000 mystery art boxes, Chris would once again dress in quite a feminine way, and while everybody participated as usual, the energy and vibe didn't feel nearly as smooth as it normally does. It felt as though there was an unaddressed elephant in the room, and therefore everybody was in their head, as opposed to being in the present moment enjoying each other's company. Maybe everybody was simply too busy opening packages, but Chris did make these bizarre jokes about Jimmy being female, making him incredibly uncomfortable.
Oh my god, Jimmy, look, they drew you. Jimmy, they drew you so well.
Jimmy.
It looks just like you.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god, it's Jimmy.
How did fan art? This is what we were looking for. Be brave, be honest, be kind, Mr. Beast. That is my tagline.
Becoming even weirder when
Yeah, this is the stream that got, awkward. And this has probably got a lot of people speculating whether MrBeast is actually accepting of Chris's shit. Like, listen to this part right
each
here.
member started to pay each other compliments.
Hey, nice shirt. Thanks, dude. Nice shirt.
Hey, nice shirt.
Thanks, dude. Nice shirt.
Thanks. Nice shirt.
Nice shoes.
For the most
And then this is probably the part where people was like, oh, MrBeast is, not supporting of his friends. Holy shit. MrBeast said shoes because he didn't want to say shirts. What the fuck?
most part, the live stream was devoid of awkward moments. However, it would act as fodder for another
Yeah, and then there's a fuck ton of TikToks made on this shit.
100 million views worth of drama and criticism. Chris likely believes that people will slowly adapt to his new appearance over time, but is this really going to happen? Well, maybe. It's difficult to say as the situation is fairly unique, especially when considering Chris's reputation and influence. However, if Chris continues to transition, would it be unreasonable to say that he could jeopardize some of the personality traits which made him a successful member in the first place? Perhaps the opposite will happen, and he'll instead pick up new personality traits that better resonate with the current MrBeast audience. This was put forward in many comments supportive of Chris, who implied that there'll be millions of queer kids who look up to him, although this doesn't necessarily mean that it'll add any value to the videos. MrBeast has likely cultivated a massive LGBT audience, all of whom are already watching anyway, and if we've learned anything from Hollywood in recent years, it's that adding over-the-top LGBT characters for the sake of relatability rarely works as intended and is often nothing more than a distraction from the premise of the movie or video.
Okay.
On top of this, it can be uncomfortable and unrelatable for the silent majority, although as we have seen,
I mean, who cares at that time? Who cares? You don't have to relate to, the person to, enjoy their content.
situation like Chris's does have the potential to create an otherworldly amount of discussion, which could be seen as a benefit for the MrBeast brand.
Drama is good for growth, 100%. That would be an easy way to up my
So you're
if
a
I got
Keemstar?
it.
The problem is,
Who? Just kidding.
this type of situation is probably the last thing that MrBeast wants to attract.
See, the fact that you're sourcing somebody with this name just is insane.
as he's forced to agree with Chris's position, as he has no way of manipulating the situation without being painted as the bad guy. It's a lose-lose situation for Mr. Beast. I think Jimmy is in an inescapable situation. If he kicks out Chris, cancelled. If he don't, his channel will die for real. An inescapable situation is a pretty good way of describing the drama, which is also why it deserves the harsh label of being a nightmare. Jimmy has no option but to publicly express acceptance of Chris's transition, as silence or even worse, disapproval would come with obvious severe repercussions. However, in accepting Chris's transition, Jimmy implies that this will be the new normal within the content, thus annoying a different group of people, many of whom will never express their true feelings and may rather
Like, if it annoys, like, those groups of people, then, like, fuck off, right? Like, those people will leave, but then, like, new people will come over and then check out the Mr. Beast channel. So I don't think it really is, like, a lose-lose situation there. Maybe for some people it is, but I just don't see it there.
simply click on fewer Mr. Beast videos. If this is the case, Jimmy has no option but to accept this fate, as removing Chris from the videos in any kind of way could create an even more severe media firestorm. The only clean solution, should things go south, might be for Chris to resign himself, and even then rumors and bad press will be unavoidable. Whether it be arrogance or ignorance, Chris seems oblivious to how this whole thing might impact Jimmy, forgetting that he achieved his current level of success by avoiding this exact type of drama.
Yeah, well, I don't really know this video. I feel like this video was pretty, like, unnecessary for Sunnyv2, like, calling this, like, a nightmare for Mr. Beast. But, yeah, well. Yeah, so, anyways, that's the Chris situation by Sunnyv2. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Follow my social medias down there, and I'll see you guys in the next video.